Welcome to the Safely Controlled Podcast, a show where we think we know what we're talking about, but we're still deeply confused.
That's right, those mysterious, spooky, and sometimes downright ridiculous anomalies that the SCP Foundation works so hard to keep under control.
How do they control them? Why do they control them? Honestly, we're still figuring that out. But hey, we got dice, and that's all we need to choose which SCP we're probably going to mispronounce today.
From homicidal rubber ducks to existentially horrifying vending machines, we're here to explain them to you. Mostly.
So buckle up and suspend your disbelief, and prepare to be entertained by two people pretending they know what's going on. Share Coke with dude.
What do I got?
Dude.
Two dudes.
The whole case is dude.
Dude.
Yeah. Dude, bro, sis, friend, partner.
Lame.
Partner. I think we've actually talked about this. I call it the Dude Bro Show.
The Dude Bro Show?
Is Ghost Adventures.
I don't.
Because they call each other dude and bro all the time.
Oh, like in the show.
Yeah, the paranormal investigator. They always get fucking.
They're like, dude, bro,
dude, bro, dude. Really? That's why I call the show Dude Bro.
It should be called Dude Bro.
So anyway, the one thing that I wanted to talk about real quick would be something that I don't know if you would have heard this by now. Yeah, you could have heard this by now.
Okay.
I set up the OneShot on Rogue Report.
I did see it.
So
yeah, I saw you talking about it.
Now it's time to recap it.
Oh, cool. I'm down.
And what I had said, if anybody listening that doesn't know what the hell we're talking about, there's an episode of Rogue Report that I explained that I did a D&D one-shot. Was it D&D?
It was as much D&D as the Special Olympics are the Olympics.
So it was special D&D?
It was a special D&D. Yeah, but it wasn't like a bad connotation D&D. It was good. It just wasn't like you told us to roll, and I mean, unless I'm going too far here.
No, go ahead.
No, but you told us to roll instead of like, we didn't have stats.
Right.
We didn't have to check numbers. I mean, it was just like a vague D&D, but it was great.
So, well, no, because I'm looking to improve it because I would like that to be a better run. Like, I'm not saying that the run was bad, but I also know that a couple of different things could happen. The one thing that happened is Donnie rolled for the phone.
Right.
And then after Donnie rolled for the phone, I had the character of the criminal mastermind. And I figured, like, if that person gets the phone, then the game's pretty much over as soon as they get outside. And as soon as Donnie got outside, I was like, all right, see what he's going to do, because he did have like the decision whether or not he wanted to help you guys or not.
Oh, yeah. He's like, he booked, and we all like followed.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is like he could have said, no. You guys stay here. But no, I guess that's what I even said, like, where the hell's the fun in that? Like, I would have done the same thing, but it's crazy that it did happen that way, where like it was kind of perfectly set up to where like Donnie had a cheat code.
He had a major cheat. It was cool though. What was cool about it was like, I really liked how your phone would go off every 15 minutes with the warden running around. And like, that was great because it like reminded all of us, quit fucking around and play the game. Like urgency. There's urgency. Quit pissing around. It was good. No, it was a great time. I loved it.
And with my brother never really playing D&D before, I was honestly kind of like making it a little bit more relaxed, because like there would have been a couple of times where I should have like had some like NPCs fight, but when you guys were split up there at one point, there was like two of you, one of you, and one of you.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether or not it would have been cool to like, Mike was alone in the yard by himself.
Mm-hmm.
If Mike would have started, there was the one dude that he was poking at, and if he would have kept poking at him and making him more pissed off, that dude would have started a riot. And the way that I set a riot up is that you either like get taken down by the guards, or you can just submit to them without losing the health, or you can like escape out of there like somehow. But I made it set up to where like if a riot happens, it was bad news.
Yeah. And I was thinking before we never even talked about a riot, but I was thinking about inciting one. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I didn't know what you had planned. I didn't want to like open up a box of worms. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
no, because I already thought about it. Like it would have just been one area is locked down wherever you guys were. Like you would have, if you wanted to start a riot, you would have wanted it to be started somewhere you weren't.
Yeah, well, I was gonna either start a riot or I was gonna. Remember when I was in the library?
Yes.
I was thinking about torching the library. I was thinking about using
fuck.
that as an diversion and all those books lighting up. But I let that one go too.
I was thinking about not even giving you guys the map.
Oh.
And I was going to hide it in the library.
That's cool too. But the map was great because it really, I mean, if you're a prisoner, you kind of know where everything is. It's different from a dungeon.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's why I figured the map was necessary
Yeah.
for people that might have been there for quite some time.
Yeah, no, it was
be
cool.
more familiar with
And
it.
then that way everybody knows where the library is. Everybody knows where the cafeteria is.
Yeah.
It worked out really well. Like afterwards, I really enjoyed it. What'd your brother say afterwards?
I guess I didn't really like afterward. Because I did talk to him for a little bit. He was maybe here for like an extra 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I asked him if he would actually play like an actual campaign, if we were to play like once a month or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we played in person or even through like a Discord or something.
Yeah.
Because he did seem like he enjoyed it. Like there's obviously a lot more to it. That's not D&D. That's whatever the fuck that was.
But
It was a dice game.
But
really.
I think the fact that he saw the improv and like how we were, like, yeah,
Donnie commits.
Like Donnie,
It's so good.
he don't give a shit. Like his voice, like I felt like I was in the senior citizen center because he kept raising his fucking voice the whole time. You know what I mean? It was like he was, but he does that. That's Donnie. That's what's great about
I
it.
love how much he gets into his shit.
And oh my god, it's so funny to watch. Like he lights up like a little kid. It's great. I love it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So let's say the criminal mastermind, if I would have texted you the information that I texted him, and you were to made that person, I could see backwards chaotic cat Rob turning into like, hey, let me see the phone. Let me see the phone. Let me get the phone. Let me see your phone.
Give me your phone or I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah, like,
it's something.
You're like, oh, like I know someone. Let me call somebody. And then you would leave everybody behind.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that. I would have left Mike behind for sure.
But
no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, like the way that I would have said, like, I guess the way that it possibly would have been played would have been whoever was the criminal mastermind, if they didn't have the phone, was going to try to get the phone. I don't know if I like set you guys up a little bit too easy to get outside, but at the same time, we're running a little bit low on time during our session there. I had set it up that was an exit in the kitchen, but I felt like it was a little less guarded.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go that route because of that's kind of what started.
I should have gave you guys at least one more combat there because I mean you guys were in the middle of a fight and you guys started breaking out anyway.
Yeah, it was fun. I'll definitely do it again.
And I kind of want to run that again. I still have the map and everything.
You can still run it again. It's over.
I mean, I could still run it again.
Oh yeah, you can for another group. Yeah, but for us, I mean, we know it. We've done it. I mean, unless you do a sequel like a bad movie.
Yeah, it's the second one.
Yeah,
with,
all the New Orleans,
Sylvester
all
Stallone.
the New Orleans ones that got out, all the I can't even talk. You didn't know there was a jailbreak? 10 criminals got out.
I do remember.
Yeah, they caught all but 2 of them so far. Yeah, we could play those guys, and we get thrown back in jail. We get caught on that boat.
I forgot that had happened, and when it was being talked about, I was like, "Oh, that's really funny that I'm writing a jailbreak fucking D&D."
Right?
And then there's a jailbreak.
Yeah, it was a good time though. It was great.
Something that I found out today this actually kind of blows my mind. Now, I know you might not be a big sports guy in particular. Maybe not the biggest movie guy.
No, neither of those.
Take a picture looking.
That is... Okay.
Who are they? Characters.
John Madden.
And?
I don't know who the other one is.
Al Davis.
Who's that?
I think they were they were part of the Raiders. Obviously, John Madden, the coach, was the coach of the Raiders.
How is he going to do John Madden?
Who is that?
Nic Cage.
It's Nic Cage.
Get the fuck out of here. And the other one's Christian Bale, right?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
I am so excited for this.
Wow.
For whatever reason, somebody had said on the lines of like, it's crazy that how Nic Cage makes so many movies and like his financial situation is so trash that like it would take you would not be able to finish his catalog of movies because there are so many. He has to die first for you to start finishing like all in the Nic Cage movies.
I mean, I've seen a few.
This is the first one that I'm actually like excited to watch because it seems like
He's not gonna be able to pull that off. The only person that could pull that off, what was that comic
from Matt TV?
Yeah, and that's the only thing he did.
Yeah, he's famous for John Madden. No, he did.
He's so goddamn famous that I can't even remember his name.
Frank Caliendo.
That's it, Caliendo. Yeah, that's get him to do the voice. Then you might have a chance.
I'm pretty fucking blown away by like I thought he looked great. Do you not like Nic Cage?
You know when you see someone in the movies and okay, that's good.
It's a good side by side.
That's a good side by side. Okay, that kind of works. You know when you see an actor in a bunch of movies and they're the same character in every single fucking movie?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Nic Cage?
That's Nic Cage for
me.
Yeah. He'll no matter what he tries to play, it's Nic Cage trying to play that person.
Yeah, and he's like batshit insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like him. I can't help but like him. He's one of those crazy actors that everybody loves.
What's your favorite Nic Cage movie?
Pig.
What'd you what?
Pig.
Pig?
Uh-huh.
What is Pig?
Watch it.
Okay.
It's great. Came out 22, 23.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So it's a newer Cage movie.
It was good.
All right.
You have to watch it.
I feel like this is a trap.
Look it up. You don't believe me.
All right.
It's a thing.
I was waiting for like, you know, the class like
Raising Arizona. That's
like
probably
Arizona,
I loved Raising Arizona.
Fucking Con Air. I love Face Off. That's probably my favorite.
Face Off's good. I saw that. Yeah, Pig was pretty good.
21.
21. Okay.
It's a thriller movie.
That's really not. It's one of those heartfelt movies.
Somebody stole his beloved pig.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
It's a good movie. That's the only Nic Cage movie where I felt a different person was playing Nic Cage, I guess, for lack of a better term.
He's not like a
He's not the typical Nic Cage. Like he seemed like a different person in that movie, which was kind of cool.
One of my favorite clips of him ever is the movie where he's drinking himself to death.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And he's walking through the liquor store buying all the booze and just like filling up his cart.
Yeah.
All but dancing in the funniest way possible. Like he's just so excited to fucking get all this alcohol and drink it and kill himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking Leaving Las Vegas?
Maybe.
I think that's the name of that.
I think
He's
so.
like a writer or some bullshit. There's actually a movie that Martin Scorsese made with Nic Cage that I've never seen before.
What's the name of it?
He's driving an ambulance. He's a fucking EMT or something like that.
Okay.
And I have no idea what the fucking name of it is. I've only seen clips of it. And
It's probably an IMDb.
Yeah, of course it is. But it's one of those things, or one of those movies where it's like I've caught the clip of it, but I've never seen it before, and it's like maybe like a late 80s, early 90s movie or something like that. And I was like, Scorsese, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, he's been around a while, since the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice movie talk.
Yeah. Coffee, no coffee talk. Diet Coke
we got
talk.
Dude Cokes.
Dude Cokes.
They're Diet Coke cans with
dude on them because I guess the creative department at Coca-Cola
share a Coke with your dude.
Yeah. or girl or sis. What was the other ones?
Bro. Dude bro. Ghost Avengers.
Bra. Bra should be on
partner, sis.
Patna with an A and apostrophe.
It would be really cool if there was one that was like a picture of Sam Jackson and said, share a Diet Coke with this motherfucker. It's just him with the Jerry curls from fucking Pulp Fiction. Anyways, out of 10. No, that is.
That is a 10.
3.
I believe so. I heard cool. 3 clicks.
That's 3. 631. I rolled 3 dice. Let's see what.
Why did you not roll 4?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've been used to rolling 3 lately. Get through some of these.
631.
I forget.
631, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Nyctophobic Nocturnal Predator.
You mean like Predator?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Whoa, where'd it go?
I was making sure that it was the right number.
Is it?
Yep.
All right. It's a long one. What's the rating? I didn't even see the rating.
Not that long of one, but
is it under 200? 128.
Yes,
all right, let's do it. What's this one called?
That's right. Fucking that crazy absolute.
Nyctophobic Nocturnal Predator. All right, here we go. Object class of SCP-631 is Keter. Special containment procedures. Extermination procedures for SCP-631 are to remain in effect until further notice. Information regarding civilian disappearances in SCP-631's environment, urban and suburban areas of the United States, is to be monitored with particular regards to the areas outlined in document 631-T. Disappearances related or believed to be related to SCP-631 are to be filtered. Standard media blackout procedures apply. Said incidents are to be investigated promptly. Should an instance of SCP-631 be identified, it must be terminated immediately. In the event that no SCP-631 are in Foundation custody, the instance must be captured instead. Agents involved in SCP-631 recovery or termination must be supplied with thermal imaging equipment. Mobile Task Forces Nu 11 and Omicron 17 are to be regularly deployed to the areas outlined in document 631-T. The airspace of these areas is to be thoroughly examined via thermal imaging for SCP-631 instances. One instance of SCP-631 is to remain in containment for study and secured in a concrete cell. The instance must be restrained at all times and exposed to artificial sunlight. It is to remain pacified by serum 631 gamma and delivered sustenance via IV feeding. Should the organism's status deteriorate, one D-class personnel may be allotted for SCP-631's natural feeding and reproduction activity. All the produced offspring, save for one, are to be terminated, and the remaining instance is to be contained as instructed above.
The media blackout, once again, I've made this connection between the Foundation and like the standard what image that you would get from like the Men in Black.
Yeah.
Maybe just the movie or like the actual Men in Black you would hear about, like that would be associated with like the government or like Area 51 or something stupid shit like that. Maybe this is I mean, I was reading ahead a little bit, but I didn't get too far, but I was thinking that maybe this is some sort of extraterrestrial type thing, but obviously. Here is the description of SCP-631. It is a species of large predatory organism with a vaguely crustacean appearance. They possess a wing morphology consistent with the order Criteria and the reptilian tail terminating in a venomous stinger. This tail also contains the majority of the organism's reproductive systems. Mature instances of 631 are roughly 135 centimeters in length and 42 kilograms in mass. 631 appears to be genderless. It's a flying crab. Or if like a flying scorpion. Is a scorpion crustacean?
I mean, vague. It's vague.
Crustacean.
A crustacean is more of a sea creature,
right?
But I mean, insects have an exoskeleton, just like lobsters and shrimp do, so they're related going back, I believe.
Because that's where I'm getting venomous stinger or whatever. 631 are rendered imperceptible with the visual spectrum when exposed to sunlight. The mechanism for this remains unidentified. However, testing has revealed that this response is triggered by heightening levels of vitamin D3 in the organism's bloodstream. 631 remains detectable by their heat signatures. Because of this, it is known that they remain almost entirely airborne during daylight hours. 631 do not sleep and remain active at night. Furthermore, they demonstrate distress or panic in response to low light environments. Oh, they need the lamp. They're like...
That's why they flood them with artificial light, I guess.
They love lamp. They're like moth creatures.
I love lamp.
This reaction worsens in intensity over time, and it appears that it can only be elevated by immediate feeding or exposure to daylight. No. This reaction worsens in intensity over time, and it appears it can only be alleviated by immediate feeding or exposure to daylight. The organism will subsequently locate the nearest isolated sleeping human and impale its victim's throat with its stinger, thus preventing any vocal reaction. Following the injection of its paralytic venom, 631 will remain in this position for 2 to 3 minutes while the victim expires. Then, it will quickly consume its victim's internal organs, replacing them with fertilized eggs, produced via its tail.
This is gross.
10-15 minutes following the reproductive act, the original instance of 631 will expire, its body putrefying rapidly.
You come and you go.
Ooh, dude.
Gross.
So,
this is nightmare fuel, dude.
the fucking winged scorpion crab-like creature flies, stings you in the neck. You cannot scream, and it is basically just ejaculating eggs, fertilized eggs into you. Now what's next? How do they hatch?
Here we go.
Can't wait.
Here we go. That's the next sentence. There it is.
The eggs require approximately 1 hour.
That's all it takes.
1 hour later,
Yeah.
at which point the newborn 631 will consume the remainder of the victim's body. After their post-birth feeding, wait.
It doesn't say one.
It doesn't say how it just hatches inside of you, and
Yeah.
then
They start eating you
from the inside.
From the inside out.
The little scarab things.
Scarab.
From you ever see the Mummy, the Brendan Fraser movie?
Yeah.
The
But I don't think they're.
What were they called?
I don't remember. Yeah, scarab.
Don't tell me no, and then tell
Maybe.
me yeah. Okay.
Well, the scarabs are like those little beetles that are all like silvery.
Yeah.
Then that's a scarab.
Okay. After their post-birth feeding, the instances will retreat to seclude the location and begin their growth period, during which they are inactive. Immature 631 develop an extremely accelerated rate, reaching their adult size within roughly 4 hours.
Fuck this thing.
Due to these factors, the lifespan of 631, including birth, feeding, reproductive, and death, can be as short as 24 hours.
Who wants to live that long?
Observation of 631's behavior has revealed that they do not eat during daylight and will only prey upon sleeping and isolated human beings. In the absence of sustenance, 631 are capable of surviving on average for 30 days.
So a D-bag personnel has to go in there once every 30 days, essentially, to continue this experiment. So we're losing 12 D-bags a year over this.
Well, it's kind of the same thing as lethal injection.
Yeah.
Especially if the D-bags are
death
row
sentence.
inmates and shit like that.
Yeah, so there you go.
There's one way of thinking of it.
That's one way of thinking of it.
Why are we keeping them alive?
Well, we'd have to ask the Foundation for that.
Yeah, that's once again, this is. Well, the one thing that I'm confused about, maybe that's because it's immature and that's why it's short is 24 hours. But
the lifespan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's short as shit because it does everything.
But are capable of surviving on an average for 30 days.
Yeah,
I thought
after they after they mate, they die.
Yeah.
It's possible that their life could be 24 hours short, but it doesn't mean necessarily.
Right.
Addendum 631-1, Investigations and Findings. SCP-631 has been traced to a Dr. Alan Forsyth and subsequently to a facility owned by said individual in Redacted. The investigation of the site determined that it had been abandoned in 2000 Redacted. And no personnel were discovered therein. What follows are the excerpts of documents recovered from the site. Rudimentary biological systems are functional. Circulatory, respiratory, reproductive, gastrointestinal. Still working on some hiccups with neurological and endocrine. The subjects have stopped dying from their own venom, which is always a plus. Through some pheromone manipulation, we've tailored them to instinctively hunt Homo sapiens successfully, but we've hit a troublesome snag. Are they trying to make them more efficient?
Wait, yeah, I was gonna say seems like they're
trying to
weaponize it.
Yeah,
and they don't do that.
Do they need to weaponize this? This is pretty good of a weapon as it is. Why do they need to make it more efficient?
And they don't. But the Foundation doesn't believe in that.
Then
weaponizing
who the fuck's
shit
doing
for
this?
bad.
That Alan Forsyth?
Why is it hunting humans?
I don't know.
It was doing that without the pheromones.
All right, so they've been tailored to instinctively hunt Homo sapiens successfully, but we've hit a very troublesome snag. We can get them to hunt the proper prey, but can't control how and when they do so. Obviously, Obviously, this is a problem because we can't have them flying around killing people in broad daylight.
Yeah, no shit.
Right? Next one. Electrolocation is working miracles. We can direct them to subjects in an NREM or REM cerebral state, and some careful tinkering with pheromone activity also predisposes them toward isolated targets. This should keep them restricted to the right prey, with a roughly 4% margin of error. We can't be entirely sure who doesn't sleep outside at night. The project is nearly ready for field testing, but there's still one crucial flaw we need to address. Data expunged solar camouflage is functioning correctly, but we're having significant difficulty controlling their predatory behavior. Due to necessary metabolic alterations, the adults have no urge to feed. In testing, certain methods can be used to force such a response, but that is impossible in the field. So they can't make them.
The following is a handwritten and scrawled on roughly cut piece of paper. Fight or flight will work, but make it stronger. Data expunged. Should it result in something like a severe hangover? With a pheromone manipulation, it should equate physical pain with a desire to procreate. The rest is easy.
So this seems to be like Dr. Forsyth because his fingerprints are on there. So he's writing all this. He's just doing whatever he can to weaponize these guys.
And then the following is also handwritten, but appears to be in a formal letter. Your offer is accepted. The payment will be transferred upon completion of the project. Those miserable reprobates are going to destroy any chance of my re-election if the situation is not handled swiftly. I don't care what you have to do to take care of it. Do it. Fingerprints left on it consistent with Dr. Forsyth and somebody else's.
So this I see why it's rated lowly, because there's not much. It's very vague.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's probably why people gave it a low score.
I wouldn't say it's vague. It's just it's
like
it does lack some more of a reasoning on why I guess they are fucking with this, because there are some SCPs or some anomalies, whatever files that we've read and gone through that I don't understand why they fuck with certain things like this.
Yeah.
To me, this file would be
like an anti-Forsyth file.
Yeah, like, well, it's not good for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anybody like found this one,
yeah,
motherfucker's in trouble.
Yeah, this could like link him to a bunch of shit.
Yeah, because what are you doing? You're using these little fucking scorpion flies as fucking.
I mean,
hitmen.
This is only SCP 631.
Right.
There's what, 10,000 of them essentially.
Some shit. Yeah.
So I'm sure that this isn't the last time we've heard of Dr. Forsyth. I mean, I like this more than it was rated for. I'll tell you that.
I mean, I was gonna say like a 2.
Yeah, 2.5,
2 or 3 or something like that.
Something like that.
Anna sent me the link to an author who writes short stories, but the creepypastas.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Now, these are more horror-based, just
sure,
crazy shit. Now, I'm sure that there's a couple of these that are actually, that would be considered like anomalous, that we could figure out which one we could read, but that this is like an entire page. There's like at least 20 of these.
Yeah.
So if that's something that you're interested in, we can sit here and read one of those.
Yeah.
I'm sure that would be, and that would end up being one of the longer ones.
Well, probably.
These files, we end up reading some of these, and it's just sometimes they're a bummer.
Oh, I'm not disappointed. I liked it.
I'm not disappointed, but I'm always interested in more. But I do like the connections, and I do like the commentary.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, thank you for coming over.
Sure. You know that.
Thank you, everyone, for stopping by the channel here on Going with Rogue, listening to the Safely Controlled podcast. Check out the channel for other things like the Rogue Report podcast, and we have the gaming videos. Thanks again. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, later, guys.
Later.
Dude.
Yeah. Bitches. Bitches.